And we're live. Welcome to the Pure Game Podcast. It's your host, Treynomics. And I'm joined by my co-host, the real RWP, Rob. Say what's up to everybody, Rob.
What's happening, everybody?
And I'm joined by my co-host, Slick Vic. Say what's up to everybody, Vic.
Hey, what up, y'all? How y'all doing?
And Miss Swag Gorgeous herself, Erica. Say what's up to everybody, Erica.
Hello. Welcome back.
All right, welcome to the show, everybody. If y'all just tuned into that clip, that's the topic of the discussion tonight. But before we get into that clip, and before I get your guys' opinion about that, hope y'all had a good weekend. But there's some clips I kind of really want y'all opinion about leading up to this. So let's just get into it.
Little more feminine than I recall.
Okay.
I have a dad, so I can relate. I can differentiate what I feel like a real man is.
What do you consider? You said that modern men is more feminine. What do you think is more feminine? What is that to you?
Well, I feel like when the father is not in the home, he picks up characteristics from the mother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say everything he do is feminine, no, but I feel like men now, they're more willing to argue with you. They're more willing to combat with you about little things and just certain things that I feel like men that I know don't really do that.
All right, that clip was "Men Are the New Bitches," saying men are more. Y'all ain't catch that. She said men are more feminine than women nowadays. I want to get what y'all opinion is on that. The fact that this is what this woman feels. This is what she thinks. So I want to know what y'all opinion about it, because if she feels like that, does that mean like she doesn't even have respect for men now at this point? And if that's the case, what does that mean for the men population in terms of respecting, in terms of respect in their masculinity and everything like that? So Rob, I want to get what's your opinion about it, and we just gonna go around.
The question is, repeat that question again.
The question is it true? Are men the new bitches? Like, are this one feels like men are feminine, more feminine than women. Is that
Right.
true? And what does that state for the state of men today in their masculinity?
Well, in that case, there is some truth to it. I think a lot of effeminate men that are not necessarily gay, but there's just certain character traits, especially if a man is under pressure or being challenged, and he immediately go off into his emotions, yelling, screaming, becoming irate, making a scene. Those are bitch tendencies, you know. Um, as a result of that, I think we are on the downward spiral of
Mm-hmm.
men being able to exude masculine traits. You know what I mean? Especially from an internal perspective. What I mean by that is that even under pressure, you know, we're losing that art of knowing how to keep it cool. And so you think about if you got an emotion and an emotional woman in the same room, she's under pressure, she's yelling, she's stressed out, and he's like that in his feminine. Hey man, that's a ship that's on the that's a ship that's ready to sink, man. Somebody has to be the more stable one that brings, some kind of stability, some type of calm to the storm, if you will. But when you look around, man, I see a lot of clips. Dudes being the bodega up in New York, you know, motherfucking server, you know, who that's making the sandwich or whatever, forget to put the tomatoes on. He want to trash the whole stove over some tomatoes, you know. And so you think about these type of scenarios. It's like, dude, over some tomatoes. So you think about that, man. We got to consider the whole spectrum, man. You know, although men get a lot of flack for you know, we're getting labeled as toxic you know, with the toxic masculinity piece. It just comes to the point, man, where you get what you see, straight up bitches, and that's the issue.
Okay,
A woman will fuck a dude and still talk about him like a bitch behind his back. At the end of the day.
so you agree, men are like the new bitches right now, today's state. All right.
Absolutely.
All right, Vic, I want to know what your opinion is about this. Can't hear you, Vic. You got to get your mics up.
There you go. There you go. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think that I think it's some truth to that statement. Because I be seeing a lot of people, and I be hearing a lot of women nowadays talk about these men, how they be acting like straight bitches, and once their feelings get hurt about situations or different type of things. A lot of, I don't know. I think I see a lot of men that lived or came up in single mother households. When they're dependent on women, they don't know how to take it when a woman is done with them and don't want to take care of them no more. So they start acting like straight bitches. They start tearing up the woman's car, tearing up the houses, breaking windows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just bitch moves. Like, nigga, if that's the case, you know what I'm saying? If you out here shaking and jiving, why are you so hard up on this woman when there's other women out here? You know what I'm saying? Why would you try to destroy her stuff? Like a woman would do.
Like a bitch.
Why would you try to, like a bitch would do? You know what I'm saying? Come after this woman like this because your feelings hurt because she don't want to mess with you no more. You know what I'm saying? Or she fucking on another nigga. So I don't care what a woman do. As long as she out my space, go do what you do.
Okay,
that's my take on it.
So what's your take? What's your take, E?
So I like to call these boys. I'd be like, oh, these boys are too sassy for me because they be acting real sassy. Like they be getting attitudes quicker than us females be getting. They want to argue, they want to nag, and they be like, going somewhere with that. Like it's irritating. Like we want to date bitches, we'll just get a bitch, a fine ass bitch. We don't want a nigga acting like a bitch. So I feel like when she was talking about was a new age boys, the sassy boys, not so much of the man that that's coming from, that's being raised by like the older generation of men, so they have an example of what a man is. These boys that's being raised by their aunties and their grandmas and their mamas, and that's all that they seeing. These new boys are sassy, even though how they dress is sassy. They are. I don't know what it is about this hookah thing, but I can tell a sassy one. They can't wait to get them a hookah with they tight pants on, the tight leggings on.
You said the hookah
for the hookah, fiending. And then when you go to these like clubs or whatever, and then be celebrities, they'll knock your ass out the way just to get next to that nigga. These boys are sassy. So she's absolutely correct, but I don't think she lost respect for like men in general. Just the sassy boys.
Just the sassy boys. So on y'all opinion, right? And anybody can jump in. Like for me, watching this video kind of made me alarmed to the state of men is the fact that when she says men are feminine, men are the new bitches, basically I think she lost respect for men. For her to just give that generalization, That's basically showing she lost respect for men and their masculinity because the men that she encountered did not exude any masculine traits. And so now it's bred this culture. It's looking like it's breeding a culture. I'm not gonna say bred, but it's appearing that is breeding a culture where the women that thinks like this, because she's not, if she thinks like this, that means that she's not the only one that thinks like this. So since she thinks like this, that means that she lost respect for men. So the women are around that thinks that way lost respect for men. And so when what happens when you lose respect for men? You start to, fuck them over, do things, start exuding bad behavior because when you don't respect somebody, you disrespect them. That's where the disrespectful behavior on men is starting to happen because of the fact that she thinks or she feels that men today are more feminine. Men today are like the new bitches. So
But I think you need to separate men from the boys though when you're doing
Yes.
talking about this because them type of behaviors and the things that she was describing are
The
things
sassy
of
boys.
boys, people that's not mature. You know what I'm saying? All that them are boy tag.
right.
But leave the men and boys separate.
Right, but she didn't say boys. She said
I
men.
know,
I
So,
but
mean,
we know
I,
what it is.
for
We know what it
yeah,
is.
yeah, I would love, yeah, like as I know, being a man, I'm assuming, I know masculinity isn't dead. Like, I know there's masculine men around here and that move, and I know how a real man's supposed to move. But I'm saying the fact that her encounter with the boy gave her a perception that that's how men are.
But she didn't say that though, because she said that this new generation of men, and she was only using man for the lack of better words. She
Mm,
said they act different. They not like the man that she's used to being around, meaning the generation that she like her, the man in her family. She not used to men acting like how these boys is acting nowadays. She just used that
mm.
word man for lack of better words. It hasn't tainted
Right.
her thought on man, but it has tainted her thought on this must be how these new age niggas acting because it's a lot of them out here, and it is a lot
Right.
of sassy boys out here.
Right. And the new age, what's the new age men? Boys. You know what I'm saying? They're not men yet.
Well, she was only using it for a lack of better words,
Right. So,
using
they
it for
haven't like,
boys.
yeah, I think too, but it's like to me, it's like, they haven't I think a lot of new age boys have not reached the maturity of what it took for, men that it takes for men to become. Like there's a lot of barriers that they didn't have to go through, so they haven't never reached that level of maturity, which so since they haven't reached that level of maturity, that means they haven't been able to check their masculinity and check their emotions and everything like that, host move like a man. And I don't think that a lot of them had examples of how a man is supposed to
Yeah,
move, right? So that means they're not moving like men, they moving like boys. And so, but it comes to the fact that, since they don't have respect for those boys, they're going to treat them. They're going to start treating them. They're going to be disrespectful to them because they have no respect for them.
yeah. I mean, but even though like we can say boys, but I just feel like you kind of like, in a sense, somebody can feel like you demeaning them as a male by calling them a boy because maybe it's not even that they are acting like a boy. They still may be acting, your definition of what a man is as far as the being masculine. It don't take away the fact that that person's still a man. He might still be taking care of his responsibilities, but I mean, you trying to be masculine to me with some tight ass jeans on, to me that's sassy. You know what I'm saying? Don't take away that you a man. You know what I'm saying? So it's just there's certain ways of how they do things is like different. It's almost like honestly, it's almost like the roles switched a little bit. And it's certain things that men do that women did. It don't take away that they're not a man necessarily. Because all of them ain't sitting up there just arguing and nagging, but it might be like low characteristics that you like, hold up. My
Right.
uncle didn't act like that. My daddy don't act like that. My granddaddy don't act like that. Like you, to me, I look at it like a sassy. I feel like
Grow some balls.
you got your jeans tight and you got your boxers or your boxer briefs hanging out and I hate that shit. Like some of these niggas is too thick for that.
Too thick for some for skinny jeans, huh?
Yeah, they ass me like they ass fatter than mine. Like you need to tuck that in. Go over, get your size a little bit bigger, not that small. So to me,
Sure.
that's sassy.
Well, skinny jeans been in style for like it seemed like a decade.
Sassy. I don't like it.
Over a decade.
Yeah, over a decade now.
Yeah, it's still sassy. And these sassy boys been out here for over a decade. It's sassy. I don't like it. But I don't take away that they not a man. They still might be a man to other people. I just don't like it. To me, that's sassy.
Okay, so I think everybody's in agreement that maybe the new men out here are a little bit on the feminine side, a little bit into themselves. And the thing is, I think a lot of it come into like what she says, they raised by single moms or, just don't have that guidance from how a man is supposed to move because I don't, skinny jeans now it's starting to come out of style. So I think men can start wearing like looser jeans. It's okay.
Or they tiptoeing on the other side though.
The what?
Be tiptoeing on the other side.
Yeah.
But you say the Hoochie Daddy shorts was hot this summer. Like that shit is not cute.
Man, that shit ain't never.
Daisy Dupes. That is not cute.
I think they was trying.
But you got to consider also that shit was reinforced by women that's comfortable dealing with effeminate guys, sassy dudes. Exactly. That shit was reinforced by them. They don't want uploading that shit on their timeline. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they liked that shit.
You know what I mean? Hoochie Daddy shorts. You know what I mean? The season of Hoochie Daddy shorts and shit.
So they made dudes want to go out and go get some Hoochie Daddy.
Yeah, to one degree
they just exposed them. They
just
like exposed them, brothers.
It just encouraged their sassy ass to put to tuck their draw. I mean, not their draw, but cuff them bitches up and put the footies on with the balls on the back.
They just gave them another avenue to come out.
A green light. It's just a green light.
They want to do it.
Here,
they've been wanting to do it.
You feel comfortable. Exactly.
This is kind of
now they're embracing it, right?
And this is no judgment against them. Be who you are. But you know what I mean? Don't be on this side, man, looking one way, then your real tendencies, want to wear thongs and shit and be on aisle 7 with the maxi pads and tampons at. I mean, keep that shit one thigh wide, man. We're in 2022.
See, this is the thing, right? This new generation, that's their thing, and they okay with it. They like that. They could still be men, but they okay with that. And there's nobody like when y'all was growing up, y'all probably, if y'all fathers wasn't around, your uncle was around, or your mama had a friend that was around that was male.
That shit was around back then too.
That shit is sassy. Take that shit off. But nowadays, these boys, these guys, these men don't have that. So to them, it's fashionable. They like that, and it's okay.
Man, a lot of us didn't have that shit back then neither, Erica.
They wearing a thong. It don't mean they in the maxi pad area. They just like.
Man, let me tell you something. We had that same shit back when I was growing up. You see what I'm saying? So it's no different. It's just more acceptable now. It's in your face. We didn't have that social media where it's glorified. If one of the dudes that you went to school with was sassy, everybody knew that he was sassy. There was no indictment against him. If a dude that was emotional and the teacher got on him and he wanted to slam desks all over the room and shit, and everybody had to evacuate the room. So the principal and everybody else can tame this boy because he don't know how to control his emotions. We understood that. Now it just, the match has been set and then created the forest fire.
I feel like your generation, because I'm 35 and I'm still like I'm in a mixture. Like
millennial. You are a millennial.
A little bit, yeah. So we're more freer. Like we're not so judgmental as y'all are in the upper generation.
I'm
Like,
not. We're not judgmental. It's just the
y'all are
fact of the
very
matter is.
judgmental. The fact that somebody wearing hoochie day shorts and you talking about they must be like wearing thongs and a maxi pad. I don't even think that far. I'm just like, I don't like it, but whatever. That's what
It's
you want
not
to do.
even that deep. That's
more free.
entertainment. You know what I mean? God damn, Erica, come on now. You taking this shit too far.
Yeah. The thing is now, today I think that we are in an accepting type of environment that probably wasn't as accepting as we was back in the day. So now, we talk about feminine and masculinity. So I start to, as we talk about this, and I start to question, like, is it a feminine thing to deal with your emotions, to express your emotions? Is it feminine to smoke on hookahs?
It's not.
You
I
know,
don't know. I don't know. They trying to get men to express themselves more. So this is
And
the
there's
way.
nothing wrong with that because
So
it's almost like breaking a generational curse because in them older days, the men weren't allowed to express themselves like that. Like they were looked at like they were sissies for being more emotional and being able to cry.
what would a woman like though? A woman would like a man that's open and emotional, or she want a man that stand in the square and you
and
know what I
stoic.
mean about his P's and
It's a
Q's.
balance to this shit, man. It's a balance to it. You
I
know,
don't think
not a nigga that just sitting around just crying and shit, talking about his feelings and how the world is against him and he complain about every little, situation that arises and he doing this shit to his girl. No, of course she ain't gonna want to hear that, man. Because if you being like that with me, I can just imagine how you are around your boys or around your
But
mama.
but the women act like that's what they want these niggas to do.
well, I'm a
Tony
woman.
Terry ass dude.
Answer it. I'm the only woman on here.
Yeah, answer that question. Answer that
I think
motherfucker.
that women just like for men to be able to be able to properly be in tune with their emotions and be able to express those emotions and not feel uncomfortable about expressing them. But we still some women still got to learn what that looks like because y'all don't do that. And the way that y'all was taught was not to express that. The way we was taught was not to see that. So it's new to y'all, but it's also new to us to be able to see that. But we'd prefer for y'all to be able to express it because it's healthier. Because when y'all don't express it and y'all suppressing it, that don't look good either. So
Well, the
when you
numbers don't lie in that.
But
who loves you, she gonna want you to have that safe space to do that. She's not gonna look at you crazy. If she love you, she don't look at you crazy because you crying and that you want to be able to express that. It's a safe space to be able to do that. She wants you to be able to freely get that out and open because when it comes down to having kids, I'm pretty sure that people want to be able to let their kids express that because even our generation, our parents didn't allow us to express ourselves like that. And we don't want to handicap them kids like that to not be able to express how they feel.
Yeah.
so there's a difference between expressing yourself and communication. You know what I'm saying? I can communicate how I feel about this, but I don't want you. You shouldn't want no man out here welling his arms and getting all emotional and falling all over the floor and cry.
But if that's
You know
what
what
you
I'm
gotta
saying?
do, why not? Y'all are human. Y'all are human.
No.
Y'all not no stone walls.
Hell
Y'all
no.
cry just like everybody else.
Oh,
And it should be
no.
okay for y'all to be able to do that. But y'all was trained not to do that.
It
So
wasn't
some people
trained. This
no,
was in me from
No.
birth.
It's
no,
not a train thing. It's the consequences too. If as a man, if you give out too much emotion, your life can be ruined. Like say you upset at work or something. If they see that you upset, they could be chewing you out, digging you in. If you frown, you are a toxic person. This is
What
the mask. Like the thing about men masculinity is that it's like we have to keep our emotions in check because if not, we are deemed either out of control or feminine. Like, yes, I agree with you, Erica wholeheartedly, and I understand why men today are expressing themselves because they was taught by the mothers
Hell no.
to express themselves.
Hell no.
Nah, let me get to my
Hell
point. Let
no.
me finish. Let me circle that
Yeah, finish
apart.
that. Finish
Like,
that point.
here's the
Hell
thing.
no.
But nowadays, it's like men either you express your emotions and get shamed for it, called feminine, have no respect, or you sit back and you got to be a stoic wall, and then you get shamed for that. You need to express yourself. You need to this and that. And sometimes life, like you said, we are humans, and we can't just keep pushing everything in. That's how. That's why men start to get into alcoholism, suicide rate, all of those type of things, because we hold our emotions in, and we have to. It's not a fact that we taught that way; it's a requirement.
You
And
know,
so, some men is built like that, but not all men are built like that. It shouldn't be deemed feminine because that's how you move. You know what I'm saying? But that's how society is now. Just like what this girl is saying, that a lot of men are feminine because they seeing them expressing their emotions more.
right.
So that's
So
just,
so they're being trained to be feminine, right?
they're
Or they
being
letting their
trained.
natural selves out.
You know what? This is what I learned. Different depending on where you grew up at can
Mhm.
be different. That's what I have learned. Where I grew up at, in Detroit, they don't play that emotional shit. Like you will get popped in your chest, punched in your chest,
Mhm.
suck that shit up. The fuck is you crying for? So where I'm raised, they were trained. That ain't what the fuck you about to do. What you
Mhm.
crying for? You a sissy? You a punk? That's how they treat them. So I don't know where y'all was raised and how y'all do things.
You
It could
know,
be different. But from where
that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
Hey, we was brought up the same way.
The
That's
same
what I'm
way,
saying. We cut from
and that's
all
what
of
I'm
us from
saying.
that.
But
Yeah,
you know
this
what I'm
ain't got
saying.
nothing to do
You
with
sit up there,
geographical location.
Yeah.
you sit up there and do all that and get misled, at home, and then get out here in the streets in the real world and let a motherfucker take advantage of you, sucker you, and fuck you over. What, you supposed to run back to your girl and cry to him or something?
about crying, it's about being able to to express yourself in a healthy way. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. But still, you still breeding a feminine dude, no matter how you look at it.
I think some of this shit is going into the extreme because there is a healthy balance of expression. There's a thing that's called transparency. There's a thing that called being honest and open with your girl. If you at a point in your life where you cannot, uh, you and your girl don't have that level of transparency amongst one another, you got the wrong one. You know what I mean? And you haven't vetted properly. It goes back to something you said also, Vic, that we lack social skills, man. We don't have resolution conflict skills. We don't have none of that shit, man. We just soon as somebody offend us, we ready to go off the handle and ready to go to the trunk in most cases. And so we don't know how to talk shit out. We don't know how to resolve things effectively. We'll just internalize that shit and then wait weeks, for that shit to come back around and use it and weaponize it against whoever we got a problem with and let the shit blow
Now,
up.
now that'd be justified if all niggas out here was able to talk shit out. Now, being that
Right.
we are from the streets, in the streets daily, we know
Yeah.
damn well that none of that shit gonna fly. So I'd be damned
Well,
if I
shit.
raise my son to be out here taking shit from niggas and acting
Right.
in feminine ways. Hell no, I'm cool.
Who's saying that though? Who's
That's
saying
what
that?
Right.
y'all
Right.
saying. Y'all breeding a feminine
No,
dude.
that's not what it's saying.
You're
But
basically you're saying that all men are not born masculine. We are trained masculine, right? That's what you
no,
said.
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a lot of guys, from what I have seen, are trained that they cannot tap into their emotions. The moment that you tap into your emotions, there's something wrong with you. You a sissy. Why is you crying? Why is you upset? So a lot of times when that happens, that makes a person be emotionally detached. It makes a person where they can't connect with emotions. They can't. You're not able to have sympathy or empathy for people. Like it disconnects you where you're emotionally detached from a lot of things. And sometimes it don't just happen with males. Sometimes it happens with females too, depending on how your household was conducted. I was raised in a military household, so I can understand how that even operates. Where with me, I'm emotionally disconnected. Where I gotta tell myself, like when I went to therapy, I learned it's okay to be upset. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be emotional about things. But I was raised stone cold like that. What you crying for? What is that solving? Cut that shit out. I don't want to raise my kids like that. Even my boy. Like, if you feeling some type of way, you sad, it's okay to get the emotions out. It's okay to cry. You ain't got to be no sissy or no punk about it. But it's okay to express yourself. You won't gotta act like ain't shit wrong. You're human.
Yeah, you mama. You saying that you mama though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when he doing that,
but see, but at the same time, as men, we don't even create that space for men to vent like that. And you say, man, I'm going through some shit, dog. This shit ain't cool. This is how I'm feeling. I'm ready to blow a motherfucking head off. Whatever that case may be, allow that man that space to get that out, so he's not going out here being on some dumb shit. Because if he's sitting there internalizing that shit over and over, if he's sitting there internalizing that shit over and over again, what's going to end up happening? Somebody going to get hurt, and he's going to be in a situation that he can't recover from. So it's important, right? But he still got to express his feelings too. You see what I'm saying? Because as he is saying, look, this is where I am, dog. He's expressing his feelings. Those are emotions that he's letting out. That shit hurts, whatever the case may be. But if we're not creating that environment, if we're not solid dudes, and you know what I mean, and if we feel some kind of way that when we open our mind, shit on our minds, and we need to get some shit off our chest, and we looking at each other like we motherfucking gay, and you know what I mean, it's a kumbaya moment, then what is this man gonna do? Who is he gonna talk to? If he ain't got his daddy there, if it's fine, that's fine too. But what I'm saying, men, you see what I'm saying? If you got homeboys and partners that's in your circle, and only thing we can talk about is hoes and bitches, how we're gonna get some pussy. But this man going through a real life situation, and he don't have that space with his partners. Man, you don't know what's going. He look good on the surface, but that man is suicidal on the inside, and he can't even talk to y'all. Because the farthest you can go is, man, let's go out and get some pussy. Man, fuck that shit. Hit this blunt. That's the last thing he need. Because as soon as the nigga step on his Air Force One, he gonna blow that motherfucker head off. And that shit ain't got nothing to do with those shoes.
So out here in the real world, you telling me that these women out here want them a feminine man that's open like that?
It's not. But why are you calling them feminine? I'm saying is
not feminine. Open with their
emotions.
Yeah, to be in touch with their emotions. That's a human thing that you should have. Just because you're a male,
I had to learn that shit, man. That shit that made me no less than a man. I'm a father.
All that shit.
One at a time.
I understand that, but you're in a safe place. You have a wife.
But now, why
even if I did,
you meet a girl because women like to exploit that out of man.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, trash ass women.
Yes
trash ass women do.
Am I right or wrong?
Trash ass women.
Find a way.
Trash ass women.
They'll find a way. When they're hurt, they're gonna try to find a way to exploit you. Period. Point blank. Period.
Maybe that was your experience, and maybe that's the reason.
No, it ain't my experience. I just witnessed it.
Because
it ain't my experience. Because I never.
All women are not like that. All women are not like that, and it's not a lot of guys. To give you an example, that's a situation. Because a lot of guys don't even express themselves that way. So
and you wonder why?
Because of us? That's crazy. You
telling me every woman out here is giving that man a safe place.
Why do you need permission from a woman to express how you feel within yourself?
Because what they do with it is what they do with it. Once you do it, it's what they do with it.
That's crazy.
Well, here's the thing. I get what all of y'all points is. What your point is, Erica and Rob, is that we should be, as men, we should be able to express ourselves. Vic's point is that that's not logic. That's not really in the real world. It should be okay, but it's not okay. Because society is not allowing that to happen. So he's not going to raise his child to just say it's okay to do that, because he already knows the practicality of the world, which is true. It is true. It shouldn't be that way. We should be able as men to express our emotions and not be called sensitive, emotional, or crazy or anything like that, because expressing your emotions does, it does help versus suppression. But at the same time, Vic is right. If you do that, you will be deemed feminine. You will be deemed irate. All the things that you need, that you want out of life, will not happen. So
so a person should raise their kids to care about what the world thinks about how they're expressing
it's
themselves.
the world we live in.
Around people that
Exactly.
It's not about
Expressing yourself.
it's not about what the world thinks of you. It's about what happens to you when you do those
in
things
the world.
in the world. It's about practical.
It's not even about what somebody even thinking about you. It's about
That's what it sound
situations
like.
that you be put in
Yeah.
when you do these things.
It's about situations that you do.
So then it still falls on how somebody else feels about you. That's crazy. I'm gonna surround myself
Okay,
around
so
people
if
that's
that's
gonna
your
But
wait, hold on.
from
You
me.
can't say
So if
that
I'm
because
expressing myself, and
you
feel some
can't
type of
say
way
that.
how I
You can't
express
say
myself,
that, Erica.
you don't need to be around me.
You can't say that, Erica, because in the
Why?
same token, you're sitting up there saying that you a man can't express themselves or whatever the case is. Now
I
you
didn't
feel
say
some type
that.
of way about these men.
No, I didn't say that. I said that some of these dudes are sassy. That's what I said. And what I
No,
said
I'm
was
talking about the
how
other
they dress.
when
And
they
if you're
too
nagging,
hard to express themselves. I'm
no,
talking
I
about
said
that
nagging.
statement.
You know what nagging is? Because you can express yourself
No,
without nagging.
I understand that. I understand that. And that's what I said. That's called communication.
Yeah, but it's
You know
now
what
what
I'm
we're
saying?
saying is expressing yourself. Is that feminine? Is that sassy?
No, you can express yourself conduct it in a healthy way. What I'm saying is, if you're feeling some type of way, you need to cry, you need to let the emotions out, you need to be in tune with your emotions. That is okay. But when it gets to the point where you're over, like you're doing it in a tantrum type of way, like a child kind of way, then that's when it becomes a problem. Because even when a woman does it in a child type of way, then that's when it's a problem. It's not about that she's a woman and she's crying or she's constantly complaining. When you're throwing a tantrum, that's an issue. We are grown. You should be able to express your feelings in a healthy way. It does not take away that you're not allowed to cry. If my man is upset about something and he's going through something, by all means, if we need to cry that out, you need to hug it out, then do that. If he with his homeboys and he going through some shit where he about to fucking snap and he need a hug from his homies and cry, do that shit. I'd rather you do that shit than you sit up there snapping talking about you about to commit suicide because you going through some shit by yourself in your fucking head. And you don't feel like you can express yourself to your people. That's crazy to me. If the people ain't around you supporting who you are as a person, fuck them.
See, and what I don't like about this is this shit is one sided. Because if we go to the other token and talk about we don't like this type people, we're deemed,
What
you know
is
what I'm
that?
saying, inconsiderate. I'm not going to go that far into
Because
it, but
y'all
you
do
know what
that.
I'm talking
Y'all
about.
do that.
I'm just saying. I'm
Do
just
that.
saying.
And you're entitled to doing that. You're entitled to do that.
No, but what happens when we do it now? When we
I
get
don't
on
need
here
to know what
and
you was
speak our
lying
mind.
to tell you
Wait,
what that means.
hold on. When we get on here and speak our mind about people and how we feel about shit, we the bad guys. We get punished
Punished and what?
because
You
you
grown.
already know. You already know.
Who
I'm not gonna get
punished
all into
my
it.
brother?
I'm not gonna get
Who
all
is
the way into it.
punishing you? Listen.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
Nobody's punishing me.
No,
Nobody's
listen.
punishing me. But I'm just talking in
Yeah.
general.
Now
I'm
But
let's.
just
you
talking in
human.
general.
All right, okay, we
When
got to stay
people
on
get
topic.
on
So.
these type of
No, we on
platforms,
topic. We still on
when
topic.
people get on these type of platforms and say how they feel and stuff like that, hence Kanye West and other people that has already been
We talking.
messed over.
Yeah,
What
but
happens?
Are we feeling that way about Kanye because he a man, or
No,
we feeling
I'm
that
just
all
way?
right, we're
saying.
not gonna
I'm
go
just
on
saying.
Kanye right now.
I'm just saying.
We're gonna stay on the topic.
This is the
Yeah.
thing. We're all human. We all gonna have opinions, and everybody is not gonna agree with our opinions. That's what makes us human beings. We don't have to agree with each other. I can say whatever, any fucking thing. There's gonna be somebody that's gonna disagree with me. There's gonna be somebody that agrees with me. That's how that goes. That has nothing to do with male or female. And if I say something I feel strong about, I don't give a fuck who behind me.
All right, now, okay, well, I guess we're going to agree or disagree when it comes to this situation. I got another clip for us, another topic. It's like leading up to what this whole conversation, because we're talking about basically men being feminine, or are they being even respected and everything like that. So I'm just gonna roll a clip for y'all.
Nigga DM me on Instagram talking about if you don't send $1,000 by midnight, I'm gonna expose you with a video. And I'm saying, I ain't do nothing to nobody. What you talking about? I said, do what you want to do. I woke up in the morning, next thing you know, pop, niggas is video, all type of shit flowing around in the internet. The situation was straight to the point. I was chilling with these two females who I thought was females because they looked just like it, and shit like that. And shit happened in the video. It ain't get too far, but it went far enough. So now people they trying to play with my talk, like they trying to play with me. You see, I'm a victim of the bullshit. In Miami, I done had plenty fun and Broward. Broward, my favorite. Like I wasn't aware, so I'm spreading awareness about this situation that is really going on in the world. Seriously? The fuck? I have a high respect for the gay community, trans community, all that. You know what I'm saying? We're no better than anybody. And shorties, they had the titties, they was looking nice, the booty, you know what I'm saying? Looked like a female, man. A lot of niggas was looking decent. A lot of niggas be confused, bro. Don't act like I got a scanner, like to really understand what's going on. I ain't have enough time. I didn't have enough time. They looked good from the time being in the situation. So I got tricked, nigga. Come on, man. I am an actual victim. I'm saying, be careful, like this stuff is really going on.
All right. This clip is basically this man recanting his experience with a transgender group of women, and they try to extort him out of money. If if he didn't pay, they was going to extort him and say, that he was with transgender women. He didn't know, and he felt tricked. He felt like he's a victim.
Bamboozled.
Hoodwink. So my question to you guys are, and lady, should the transgender let the cisgender know that they're trans?
I got one
When it
question.
comes
Who
to
got
that.
the cookie in that video?
Who got the cookie?
Who got the cookie?
What you mean by that?
Who got it? Did he get some or did they get some?
Well, I'm assuming he got some. He said, he admitted he did some things with him, and they had him on video doing some things, and he's like, shoot, I got tricked. He assumed that these were natural born women, and they used that knowledge that he didn't know against them.
I don't know.
He said they ain't go all the way, so they went some of the way. So
He said they went far enough.
Yeah, they was hanging around like friends.
It was head involved. They ain't fuck.
Yeah, it had to be head. It had to be head.
So you might have gave them some head.
So how do y'all feel about this situation?
Hey,
I feel like a trans, they should disclose that information. They should, for safety reasons too, on their end, because you need to make sure that person is okay with that before you just go ahead and do something, because your life can be in jeopardy. Like, people don't, it's not fair. People don't play, and you can die behind that. So I feel like for safety reasons, let them know, and some of these dudes need to just slow down. Like, all cake ain't good cake or real cake.
Yeah, like Erica said, man, slow your asses down. Yeah, I think they should go ahead and disclose that information, man, before something happened, because I've seen in the past it's turned into some bad situations for them. So I mean, somewhere in the conversation, what I mean, especially if y'all, I mean, just innocently talking or whatever. But if it's look like it's gonna turn to something else, you need to go ahead and disclose that information. Are you comfortable with me being, you know what I'm saying, or where however you're gonna break it down to them, break it down, but make sure you say something. But that's crazy though, that they out here playing this game and trying to exploit people out of money. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
I'm mad he ain't mad enough though. Like, I don't know, something about that. Like,
you said that he wasn't mad enough.
He wasn't mad.
Yeah, that's why I said what I said. Yeah.
He might like, he just don't like being caught. Sometimes people don't want to get caught up in that.
Yeah, I mean, he might have, but give the man a chance to make his choice. When you don't disclose that type of thing, you take the choice away from that guy. Like, maybe that's what he's into, but you didn't disclose that with him. You just said, look, you just was like, I'm this, and he thought one way, and you didn't disclose that. No, I'm this way.
But we don't know if they did disclose it. They might have disclosed it,
or maybe they should. Maybe they look like they are.
Shit, they probably disclosed it. He was supposed to pay him some money for that time, didn't pay him. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole bunch of little stuff that's unsaid in this little clip.
Yeah, because he's not mad enough to never not know.
Yeah.
What you think, Rob?
Man, sometimes, man, it ain't what's being said, it's what's not being said. You see what I'm saying? And it's a lot of fuckery out here, man. I agree with Erica, man. Y'all need to slow y'all asses down out here, man, because these transformers out here, they look just like women on the surface. This is nothing against them, do you? But at the same time, man, it just comes to a point. You know what I mean? You're dealing with a real life Decepticon out here. So with that, you need to ask some questions, man. Don't leave it up to the woman. I mean, to the training. The fact of the matter is that you need to vet whoever you interacting with properly. You see what I'm saying? Just like the second clip that you showed, that dude had a strong face, man. Let's keep it a buck here. All of them. I mean, come on, man. That there are certain character traits that should raise a red flag. Something ain't right here. I don't give a damn how much alcohol you have had. And so he just gave me the vibe. You know what I mean? No, man. You too cool about this shit. You way too cool, man. It's like you like a born again virgin right now, dog. You know what I mean? So I have questions. But it's not cool. Like, let's bring this back, man. It's a dangerous game. You're playing with fire when you out here deceiving people. It's no different than when dudes that are in relationship lying to women. You see what I'm saying? That shit, the principle still applies. If you're gonna be out here, you know what I mean, and you interacting with these guys and you want to extort these dudes or whatever, man, come on, man. You playing with fire.
Right.
That's my take.
Yeah, like for me, and I could speak for all of us that we have the highest respect for the LGBTQ community and the transgender community. Hey, if you feel like you was born a man, but you feel like a woman, and that's your journey, that's who you are, but here's the thing, okay? It comes to preferences at this point, okay? That's what you can be, that's what you want, but get with the man who has the preference for what you are. Because if a man does not have a preference for that, you should not use that type of deception and not let him know, hey, I was once born a man. Because we can talk like we can talk all progressive. You know, it was 2022. Today is different from yesterday. You know, we progressive. There's a lot of things that are more accepted in society today that it wasn't in yesteryear. All right, but we cannot pretend like everybody is this progressive. There's some real life goons out there that if you do that deception and they find that out, that can really hurt you out here. Like you are playing with fire when it comes to that, because some guys they only want natural born women, because if so, they will be stuck in their head thinking that they are gay and they don't want to be gay. There's nothing wrong with being gay, but a straight man typically does not want to be a gay man. Now, that's in their mind. So that's the way it is. So I like to just hold everybody accountable for poor behavior and going out there trying to trick men into like extorting them, because he was extorted too. Like, hey, pay this or I'm a, and he's just like, he said he don't know what the heck. He like, what did I do? What is going on here? He had no clue. But you know, to me, my perception of it was I don't think he was that mad because he got. Like, it wasn't like it was his intention. What is he gonna do? Go in here and just start cussing up a storm and going crazy? Like what? Like what is he supposed to do? It already happened.
What?
Yeah, I mean, like
if he thought he was with a woman, but you actually just gave a man some head, you think that you just supposed to be like, well, it happens. It happens. Like hell no, that could fuck somebody up.
I mean, yeah, that could fuck people up if that's not what you into.
I think he was too chill, and I think if he was upset about anything, he was upset that other people found out about it, like they broadcast it. I think that he was just embarrassed on that end, but I think he okay with.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
As long as you know he, get down with that, with the LBGQ or how to say that.
Elemental P community.
Undercover brothers.
All right. Now, okay. Now, I'm gonna go back to pulling up what we played earlier. Okay. Back to the topic of the night. All right, leading this up. All right. And if you haven't, please jump in the comment section. You know your opinion matters here, Pure Game Podcast. But I want you. There's this over the weekend. There's this transgender woman by the name of Hennessy Marie. She's been on a rant on Twitter, posting. She's been, posting all of, exposing the men that she's been dealing with, and I think she works at the strip club as well. So I'm gonna just replay the clip. If y'all misheard it, we're gonna replay the clip of what her justification and all of that. So let me just pull that up for y'all.
What niggas you posted? Did they know you was a tranny? Was you honest with them or you wasn't honest with them?
No, when I got my shit removed, I ain't even feel,
oh, you feel like you didn't need to tell them?
I cut it off. So it was like, niggas don't give a fuck. Like, niggas fucking, what? Like,
I get what you're saying.
I ain't in a relationship with these niggas. These niggas are trying to spend the rest of their life with me. We trying to hit and cut it. Why the fuck I'm gonna sit here and say some dumb shit like, oh yeah, this is, like, what? Like, I don't nigga want to hear that, bullshit like that. And if I was a nigga, I wouldn't even really give a fuck. If I was a nigga, if I fucked the bitch.
But you have to be honest, though. You playing with people's lives, stuff like that.
I'm not playing with nobody's life because they're not those. These are not important people in my life. These people that I'm meeting, and the niggas I'm meeting in my life, they're not my husband. They're not my niggas. These are hidden and
I understand, but you gotta be honest. But it's okay though. But so my question to you is, all the niggas you posted, you really fucked them?
This is just all about like perspective and like opinion. Like,
true, that's real. That's right. I really like, yeah, and I understand that perspective. A lot of people would agree with you, yes, but a lot of people would also agree with me. You know, this is like the city girl generation. So don't no bitch give a fuck about no nigga. Bitches give a fuck about money. So if I'm getting paid, well, I'm gonna sit here and try to jeopardize me getting paid by telling you some shit that don't even really matter. Like if I'm gonna get paid, I'm not. So you feel like you being a nigga and you cut your dick and you change it to a pussy, you don't matter to another nigga? This is a city girl generation. Oh, okay. I don't give a fuck about no nigga. You heard that? Don't no bitch give a fuck. Do you hear that shit? So my question is, all that you supposed to be really fucking? This is just all about like perspective and like opinion. Like, true, that's real. That's real. That's real. I really like, yeah, and I understand that perspective. A lot of people would agree with you, yes, but a lot of people would also agree with me. You know, this is like the city girl generation. So don't no bitch give a fuck about no nigga. Bitches give a fuck about money. So if I'm getting paid, well, I'm gonna sit here and try to jeopardize me getting paid by telling you some shit that don't even really matter. Like if I'm gonna get paid, I'm not. So you feel like you being.
That's her justification for doing what she doing. What's y'all opinion about that? Well, before y'all get y'all opinion, I'm going to show y'all what she been posting on Twitter. And please jump in the comment section if you got your opinions. This is her Instagram. She's showing the dude she's been, you know, with or around. There's no really, you know, uh there's no real verification that she actually like did anything with him. But this is what she's been posting. You know, just posting talks, uh people being it's like going into their DMs, like people, you know, like the dudes that she hanging out with or spending time with. Now, do they know? I don't know. But y'all get the hint. Y'all get the point. She's out here dealing with these men all in Miami, like all in Miami, Broward County. The rappers, they come pull up to her to the strip club where she works at, where she, you know, and they spend time with her. Maybe. Now I'm getting a lot like I have been over the weekend hearing that a lot of it has been uh like to the better word lies and cap, and there's no really to me it's like me showing a bunch of DMs or a picture of you in a room with a dude like sitting down ain't no real verification to me unless like some men she got in the Twitter space like in the bed, then yeah they got you, but she's trying to put any dude that had ever been around her as like this was the dude, you know what I'm saying? So like what's y'all opinion when it comes to this Hennessy Marie exposing uh rappers, heavy hitters in Miami situation?
First of all, that's the boy Damon. Like she don't look like no girl. Period. So you going chilling at her house and you upset that she's exposed. What was you doing over her house? What was you doing in her bedroom? What was you doing FaceTiming her? Like why? And then I from my understanding, somebody tried to expose her and embarrass her, so she felt like shit. I'm about to embarrass all these niggas. If I look like I'm a female, that's what I identify as, but I look like I was a male turned into a female, but you trying to embarrass me, we could play that game. Cause you knew. You knew. There's nothing behind you not knowing. She does not look like, I can't tell that she used to be a male before. Plus, she lived there for a while too, so they knew her when she was a man. I forgot what her name was before, but they knew that she got Miami in a chokehold and she's embarrassing these boys.
I think it's like Emmanuel or
Upset
something.
about it. Huh?
I think his name is like Emmanuel or something. But
yeah, they knew Emmanuel before he was
or something like that. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. For me, I know, like, over the weekend, I got some personal sources that, like what you said, Erica, you can tell that this person was born a man. You can tell because said person, Hennessy Marie, tried to expose one of the people that I know, and the real, like, making up a whole fictional story, when the fact was the pictures that she posted of my friend, of the person that I know, was in a public area, a public setting, and at the end of the day, that person got kicked out of said area, and so she starts to go on this rant and trying to expose. And so when I know that personally, that it validates everything that she says. So that's why me personally, I cannot believe half of that. She might have a couple, but not all that she said. She might got like 2 or 3 maybe sprinkled. She got some stuff sprinkled in there. But she's like, oh, everybody. Look at this. To me, it's clout chasing at its finest. And that type of shit can get you, like, that shit is dangerous. That shit can get you touched. That's some dangerous, that I don't know, that's playing with fire to me.
Let's take this shit back to jail, man. You behind them doors over an extended period of time. And these dudes that's been in there that have, given themselves up to play that role, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something psychologically switches in a man's brain to look at that other man as a woman. Now, bring this to the outside of these doors. We're in 2022. It's coming out slowly, methodically, that some guys, particularly rappers, like them boys. Let's not cap about that. This is nothing new. They like switch hitters. It's just what it is. And so it's not like all these dudes out here getting got. This is what they have an appetite for. I ain't even trying to be fun about this shit. It's real deal. Yeah. We in the city of this right here. You know what I mean? But the reality is now it's real foul for this Hennessy character to be doing this kind of stuff. It's no different than a woman disclosing that she has AIDS, or not disclosing that she has AIDS, but she fucking random dudes, and trying to infect as many men as possible. That shit will get you hurt. But at the same time, like I said, it's a twofold situation. Some dudes like this, the shit that he put out there, you know what I mean? It's foul. It's just foul. It's wrong, So, like I said, some of these dudes being these circles, man, are fully aware of what they're walking into.
So what you saying is, the exposure is from saying, look, this dude like this. I know that's what you're saying, but she also interviewed, said she don't tell them. She on girl, she saying,
man, this is not a moral society, dog. Ain't nobody got no conscience like that, man. Let's just keep this thing a buck, man.
She looked like a dude. What she looked like a dude. That's like me having AIDS and I got cold sores all over my mouth, and you still want to fuck me. Something ain't adding
like
up
I
here.
said, that switch psychologically, you know what I mean? Something happens upstairs. You know, and a lot of that reason, that those rational skills, logic, all that shit goes out the door. Don't add all these other elements to it, popping pills, you know, alcohol, you know. Those things, we ain't even talking about that aspect. These boys are not just going to here sober, man.
But they like that thrill. It's like you smoking weed and the weed high ain't getting you there no more. So now you want to try something different. Like you want to get outside of that box. Some people just want to get outside of that box and just being with a woman. It's like a different height of freakiness that they just want to explore. They don't want nobody else to know about it. That's their own little secret. So they mad that she's exposing it. But that one right there ain't gotta tell nobody she a man. You can see it.
It's still, but that thing, that boy.
You disclosing it for what?
Boy, that thing on one.
I mean, that goes
gasoline draws on.
Like for the men that felt exposed and felt like they didn't know and felt upset about that. To me, like you said, vetting. Should have vetted. If that's not what you wanted, you should have vetted harder. Because at the end of the day, stop being thirsty. You know, sometimes, you know, obviously, if she's throwing it to you easily, there's a problem there. You know what I'm saying? If that's not what you into, if you're not into that, you need to be more let's just say selective, more observant.
So what gets me is the fact that these niggas out here paying for that.
You
know what I'm saying? They're paying
that
for
add
that.
an extra layer to it.
You know what I'm saying?
Bring that into the equation.
I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to be barred.
Yeah, I finish it off because she's not giving it for free. She's a city girl,
right?
She said that. These niggas only thinking about one thing: that ass or that head or that new vagina. So all she thinking about is that money, even exchange. She ain't that one right there. I can see if it was somebody. Now there's some transsexuals that they look like some bad bitches. Okay. Where I couldn't fucking tell. They make some regular females look like niggas. Them needs to disclose that shit. Her, no. If she gotta disclose it, you didn't care to begin with. You didn't care. That's what they like. That's some nasty boys. That's what they like.
Yeah, it's they, like you said, they was like because what Hennessy said was a lot of those dudes is like a hit it and quit it. So why should I disclose that? Because why should they care? Because if I was a dude, I wouldn't care. But you know, even though she was a dude, but you know,
look like one.
Yeah, so
she don't have to disclose. She don't. She looks like a feminine, like a man that just turned woman, but you can tell that she was a man before. You can tell.
I still believe that you should disclose. I'm not going like I'm not. It don't matter. You look. I still
believe mindset if you want to. You better ask questions.
Yeah.
Or just fall back.
You want these men to express themselves, and you want these men to expose themselves. We asking for a lot, man.
At least for their own safety.
Yeah, for safety reasons, I say you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it like
for
safety reasons. You don't know who you like. You don't know who you offend. You don't know who you're gonna set off. You don't know what type of dude you like, especially like let's say exposing. You don't know what dude you exposed and what's going on in that person's head. So for your safety, I will say disclose. Let them know. Give the man a chance to make his own decisions.
But if you look like a man with a wig on, and that boy don't know that you like. That's what he wanted.
Man, but I beg to differ, man. I think a lot of times these transgenders are exposing themselves, and a lot of these dudes are undercover and willing to mess around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because ain't no way that you're looking iffy to me. I'm not gonna ask a question or be apprehensive about apprehending you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I ain't gonna lie, there are some. I haven't seen a lot of them.
No, there is some. There
they
is some.
look like some bad.
There is some that look like it. You know what I'm saying? But there's gonna be certain little things that's gonna, you know what I mean, raise your eyebrow. Like,
I don't know. I seen some.
I mean, if it's that far, like, come on.
I even question some women that I used to know, you know what I mean, with strong ass hands. I'm like, you know, and you know, it's just certain things, man. That medication or surgery cannot do.
Fix,
you know,
right?
And so, you know, even in situations like that, caused me to question whether or not that's a fairer woman or, you know, one of these transgenders or whatever. But you gotta know what you're getting into. Got to know.
And so what you saying is identify if this is not something you into, you gotta identify the hands. Make sure that
it's too many.
It's too many what?
Bad. It's too many subcultures out here that the public don't know nothing about. You got underground environments that these people are fully aware of what these environments are, and they consciously go into these environments knowing what they're about to get into. So this is not a phenomenon. You know, this right here is just something, whereas this training is just using as leverage. That's all that is.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and so you know, these dudes that's portraying one lifestyle, while at the same time, you know what I mean, liking this right here.
Like,
and they ain't ready to come clean. They're not ready to come clean.
Right. Well, that's what I was about to say. Y'all need to come out. Just come on out, man. And that'd have did all this conversation. Just come on out.
Exactly, man. Just come on out, man. Nobody gonna judge you.
Of your side chicks. It's the same thing with, because a lot of them are married or in relationships. That's another issue.
Man, that's a whole nother caveat to the conversation.
So basically, it's the same equivalent where if you got a girlfriend, you decide that you about to fuck on some bitches, you need to make sure your bitches know how to keep their mouth closed. Just like if you a nigga, you got some bitches and you feel like you want to mess with a transsexual, that's your preference. You need to make sure that they know to keep their mouth closed. You got to check all of that.
Come out.
That's what you interested in.
Out. Hell no.
But one thing, don't try to embarrass nobody and think that ain't nothing gonna happen. But even with that being said, she got to know what type of game she playing too. But it's some hood ass niggas that love them.
That's some ratchet shit right there.
Huh?
That shit. I know that shit. That's dangerous, man. I'm like, you got gasoline draws on. It's only a matter of time.
Very dangerous. Make it dangerous for her too, though.
Unless these dudes know what they're doing.
Some transsexuals, where people find out that they're transsexuals and they have never touched them, but they just don't like them, and they'll go kill them. So the fact that you trying to expose her that way, that could have put her in danger, even though she looks like a man.
But see, that's my thing. I agree with you, Vic. You see what I'm saying? It's like you said earlier, man. Just to alleviate this shouldn't even be a conversation. Just be who you are. Like we said earlier, who you got something to prove to? Just come clean. Pimp C said it years ago before he passed away. God bless the dead. Don't be on this side, you know what I mean, acting one way, and you over there, man, letting them boys, man, get at you. Just come clean, man.
Right.
It's 2022. It's 2022.
You know, Erica, you do got these men that's out here, you know what I mean? And bisexual and married and sleeping around with other niggas and all type of shit. You know, women finding out. But man, these dudes just need to come out, man. Stop being scared.
They
Express
just need to be
yourself.
selective, because my thing,
My
they
bad,
might
Trey.
just be selective because I don't, just because I'm like, as a woman, I'm straight. But you don't need to know my business about who I'm sleeping with. That's not for you to know that. You don't need to know my preference or what type of guys I like. So they don't have to come out. That's their own business. But just be
Yeah, but
selective
when
with.
especially if I mean, you gotta say something, especially if you
And
mess
you
with,
got
you
a
know,
whole
married to a
community
woman,
bagging you.
married to a woman, right? You got a whole exactly. But if you married to a woman and then out here sleeping with a man,
Then you be honest
and
with her.
don't wanna say nothing to her. Come on now, who you know what I mean?
I mean, you should be honest with her, but it's the same thing with niggas that cheat. Are niggas that cheat be honest with their girl about they fucking another bitch? No. Not the ones that's cheating. No, they don't. Now you got the ones that's gonna be honest.
I'm in agreement with you. It's a lot of them that's not. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Now there's some that's gonna be honest and say, look, babe, I can't be with just one woman. I need to be with multiple women rather. So then they're honest about it, and then the woman has a choice to decide what she gonna do. But it goes the same way with the other community. So yeah, you should be honest, but there's some people that's gonna be dishonest about stuff like that. But you don't have to come out to the world. You need to come out to who you're with. You be honest about that to people that you're with.
And that's what I meant right there. I mean, yeah, that's what I meant. You know.
Yeah.
I think I mean, like y'all said, it's 2022. People shouldn't be in the closet. That closet stuff is over. You know, be yourself. If that's what you are, if that's what you like, be yourself. But at the same time, if that's not what you don't like, it shouldn't be thrust upon you. So let's say you are a cis heterosexual man that only wants natural born women, that is not attracted or do not want to date a transgender woman,
entertain
or any of that, he should have that right as well. He should have the right of knowing, so he can make that decision. Maybe he might change his mind if you let him know, but thrusting it upon him, let's like for Hennessy, yes, we could tell strong manly features. That's a man. But like you said earlier, Erica, there are transgender women that's out here that look bad. That I'm talking about, drop dead gorgeous. You would never know, you know. But at the same time, give that man that option to want to accept it. Because if not, I'm talking for safety's sake.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, we progressive, but some people are not that progressive. And it only take that one traditional non-progressive person, and at one time, it only take one time,
right,
for something catastrophic to happen.
But people are so sexually open nowadays. You don't even have to be with somebody who don't accept that. It's a lot of people that accept that. So just, be where you want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to like be something different to please people that naturally don't want to be with you. There's somebody who gonna love you for whatever it is that you are. So they should, people should keep that in mind, just in general
All right. Now, my question is, there's I know this is a hard question I got, but I want to ask. I'm gonna ask anyway. Let's say you are a man, you are a heterosexual man that only want to mess with that only want to mess with natural women, right? And a transgender have sex with you without your knowledge. And now you find out, this is what some men are saying, that they feel gay now. Is that true?
They in touch with their feelings, man. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you wild, man. You wild. I'm gonna set this one out.
Like, how should you feel as a man? Like, how should you feel? Like,
they in touch with their feelings. They have every right to their feelings.
Okay.
What?
So you're saying you're saying if you're under the impression that this is a woman.
This is a woman. This is you're under the impression this is a natural born woman, okay. And you do some things with her, and then you get exposed. How does
the transsexual have a full? They got the full.
Hold on,
y'all,
I'm talking about full thing though, like look gorgeous and everything.
You're missing it. He said that if you had not knowing that this is a man, then you find out after. Now all of a sudden you feel gay.
Doing pillow talk.
Is it appropriate to feel that way? Like, you know,
he's in touch with his feelings.
Man, you wild.
What's about you, Vic? If this happened to you, you were in touch with your feelings. What you asking?
It ain't gonna happen to me, but I'm just saying that dude is in touch with his feelings.
Like, what if your homeboy told you that?
I'm gonna say, man, I'm glad you're in touch with your feelings, man. I'm glad you opened enough to talk to me and express yourself. Ain't that what y'all want, Erica?
Yeah, you're gonna give him a hug, let him cry on your shoulder.
Let him cry on my shoulder, well his arms fall on the floor.
Y'all crazy. So what you're saying is,
hey, we got to change that little. Yeah, we got to change that up.
That made him.
What you're saying is, everything in touch with. But basically, you're right though. Like you are in touch with what your feelings is. Like, some people are more progressive, and some people are not. So that's what I'm saying. Just like what you're saying is basically you are entitled to how you feel. So some might feel that way and then want to cause harm onto. That's why safety's sake is you should that's something you need to disclose, because that's be some of the justifications of some of these men that feel like they got tricked. They will start to feel that they are something that they have proclaimed that they're not, and then they're going to want to do something about it. So to me, it's unsafe to move this way. If you're a transgender, just wave that flag. Y'all got a flag, wave it proudly. Let the man know so he can make his own judgment. You might be surprised.
Yeah, for real. Cause it's
or not
money, hood niggas, producers, athletes, high end value man that love that.
Mm-hmm. And leave the men that don't want it alone. Just let them. Hey, give them that chance. They say they're not into it. That's not what they own. They respect you. They respectfully decline. Just let it be. You don't have to be deceptive with it. Just be you. Don't be true to you, and it's okay. But on that note, we are gonna call it a night. So I do have some things I have to do early in the morning. So any final thoughts from everybody?
I can go first. Just be true to yourself. There's always somebody for everybody. So be where you are wanted and don't force yourselves upon anybody. Just in general, as a human being trait. And even when was going back talking about expressing yourself, like, you shouldn't care about what other people, like, as far as this portion goes, you shouldn't care about what other people feel or they think or how they're going to take your emotions. Like, surround yourself around people that are celebrating you, who want to be around you, that uplift you, that support you. So that's my last take.
All right. Last take, Vic.
Just be yourselves, man.
All right.
Just be yourselves.
What about you, Rob?
Man, keep that shit G, man. You know, it's a lot of guys out here ain't playing, man. You know, make sure you're aware of what environment that you in. On the flip end of that, you know, I agree with y'all, man. You know, be real, be honest, be open, be transparent. You already open, be transparent. You
Transparent. So, and on my
That's
note,
my take.
be safe, be aware. Express what you want, express what you don't want. No, everybody has the right of choice, so it's not right to take that choice away. You know, the thing about how I feel about this situation is safety, and this person is making it bad for the community, for the other you know, there's people in the community that just want to live free and be happy, and there's people like this that spoil the whole bunch. You know how they say rotten apple can spoil the whole bunch.
Mhm.
These are the people we talking about. We're not talking about, you know, we're not talking about the community of people that want to be free in their own skin and be happy in their own skin. We're talking about the scammers, the ones that's being deceptive, the ones that's still not really happy with themselves, so they try to inflict pain and suffering upon on other people. So that type of stuff, y'all need to be safe, because at the end of the day, you might end up somewhere where you don't want to end up. You're going to offend the wrong person. That, you know, and that it only takes the wrong person to get to for your life to end just like that. So we want safety here, okay? But at the end of the day, I'm gonna hold everybody accountable. So if this is bad behavior, keep it real. Stop trying to expose, because you ain't exposing nothing but yourself and your bad behavior. On that note, y'all tune into the game. Go ahead.
And tell these boys to slow down. Slow down.
Slow down.
All cakes ain't good cakes.
Slow it down. Slow it down. On that note, y'all tune into the Pure Game Podcast. Host Treynomics. I'm out. Peace.